welcome. Now I noticed my chatting scene is not optimized to the new layout because I was just still playing around with the layout for the tournament room scene. That's the main focus after all. We're going to have some pretty good games today. We're going to see Serenity versus Aqua first. Some of the top 4 teams definitely. So let me jump over. So here's the new layout. Yeah, I'm probably still going to make one or the other adjustment. But I'm somewhat happy with it already. So we've got... Wait. Let me just cut this off. Yeah, that's better. Room info. Okay, that maybe still needs one or the other adjustment. Never mind. But now it's fine. So, welcome everyone. I'm glad that you're all here, and I'm hoping for some really good games today. First one definitely is going to be one of those. I hope the stream is running fine. We're streaming on YouTube and Twitch as well. If you're watching on YouTube, just be aware that all my usual streams are happening on Twitch only. So maybe have a look at the description still. So, but for now, we are just going to jump straight into it. As our first match is starting already. We're here with Aqua versus Serenity on Desert Sands. Definitely both of these teams top 4 worthy, but they still have to prove themselves. So typical for the current meta, especially for Serenity, we are seeing a ton of Streetswagens here. Svinograd going for a quick spot with a Sheridan just as Orca is. Daze got spotted over there. We got a few more tanks being spotted with Ender. Ghosty first wants to take a shot. Orca here just taking a beating by Svinograd already, but Svinograd also took a shot here, so I guess they just traded equally, or the Orca just lost one shot worth of hit points more than the other Sheridan did. And Aqua is getting quite aggressive at the start already, pushing into the plain area, which is often being fought for as it offers the high ground here, really crucial to this map. Serenity, on the other hand, is just rather passive right now, but the Streetswagens over here, under a lot of pressure. Aqua not hesitating to just immediately go forwards here, try to push out these Streetswagens, having a 3v2 here, Alpha in focus, but is able to just cover behind Daze. The E5s having the reactive armor and double Streetswagen here with a DPM just steamrolling here. On the other hand, we are having Serenity just pushing into the middle, not really in the fight yet, although Zerd just got deleted already. But 2 tanks of the Serenity just melted away as only Zerd on Aqua's side just got killed. So it is now Aqua with a gun advantage. Can just relax a little bit and focus down the remaining Serenity tanks here, and Serenity is under tons of pressure. Over there we've got Svinograd just attempting to go for Orca, going for the 1v1 potentially, but it would probably not just get him too far, so he might just decide to put in shots into the Silver, but the Silver is getting a shot into Svinograd, just getting him down to a 1-shot, so Orca might have him as he's just about to reload. But Svinograd just puts in a shot, maybe gets away still, but Orca now just sitting in the back here, very far from his teammates who are just all gone basically, except for the Winterlight over here. I was just confused where Lego still has been, but he's just getting killed as well. So Winterlight is the last one before the Sheridan is going to be the only light on the field. Still try to put out a shot over here into one of the 1-shots, but there he goes. Well, Aqua just hammering out the Serenity team here with tons of aggression. That was just not going well for Alpha here, especially who was just down there and just getting focused out. Zerd, probably still the caller of Aqua, just being well known to be the sacrificial lamp, just yellowing in first and just making sure that his teammates are able to put out their DPM while he's taking the shots, absorbing the damage, and denying the enemies to be safe in their positions. So that was our game number 1. I think I still need some small adjustments here. Sorry guys, the overlay is just new. I just installed it before the stream, and one or the other thing you cannot see too well because the training room does not offer the same stuff as a tournament room does. So yeah, never mind. I'll just focus on that at another point. So going to change a few things there. Okay, we are just going to see the second game here. Same map again. It will be the same teams, of course, and Aqua is just opting for some FE215Bs instead of E5, surprisingly. The FE215Bs having some good accuracy, good DPM, good HE penetration, but they are just a little bit more vulnerable compared to the E5s or Streetswagens. Both teams just equally spamming the pay-to-win meta here with triple Streetswagen on the field. Let's see what they are going to do with them. Especially FE215Bs, I'm probably rather going to be a bit more passive in a back first, but this map typically ends in a pretty nasty brawl quite quickly. Svinograd going for the first spot again. No one on side of Serenity spotting, but everyone being spotted here and getting tagged on the crossing. Absolutely horrific start to Serenity, just losing about 1.5k hit points or so. Orca lost almost half his hit points already. Alpha also lost 2 shots worth of hit points here. So yeah, I guess that's what the FE215Bs were used for here. Just some better accuracy on the crossfire. And as it is going right now, Serenity is just lined up passively, not having any hit points. And also just being pretty spread out here. With Aqua already getting aggressive here in the plane area. Again, taking the high ground. Will be able to shoot down onto the Streetswagens, which allows them to potentially have quite easy shots into their turrets, because Streetswagens do not have the best armor. So I guess currently it is really not looking like Serenity was having many chances on this game still. Aqua just dominating here with a good opening, and Winchellite getting tracked here, taking 2 shots, has to pull off the reactive armor as he's afraid of taking more shots. So he is kind of wasting that equipment already as he's now pushing in. Winchellite going in first, losing hit points more and more. So Serenity is down over 1k hit points right now as the push is going to start here. The first shots flying into the Aqua team. Focus fire onto KB, who's set on fire, being perma-tracked here. Will be taken out on the very next shot. Potentially it is just Silver. No, it is Nikolai getting the kill here. Oh, the Alpha also just got killed. Zerd perma-tracked here on the ridge line. Also set on fire. Big weakness of the FE215B and the Streetswagen with their super weak modules. Both teams lost 2 tanks here. But hit points not looking too good for Serenity, but they're turning things around here. Just killing old school. Guns even still. But the Silver is going to go down quite soon. Lago still trying to help out. Maybe Lago will be able to go for the FE205B, but currently he's still in a 1v2. Nikolai coming to help out here. 2 versus 4 right now. Lago also, I could see a bit of a fire, I guess. But he is going down already. Aqua just not allowing Serenity to play around at all. Just diminishing their hit points from the start on, and making sure that Serenity was definitely not going to have a chance on this game. For a second, it was still pretty close here, with the Aqua team just losing a ton of hit points, losing a ton of tanks as well. So hit points were even just for about a second. But that doesn't mean anything, you know, because we always have to consider who is about to reload next here. And currently we're not having the autoloader meta where it was really unpredictable with the amount of hit points. But still, like, if a couple of tanks are on a reload, then it might just flip over or just switch completely in the very next second already. So Aqua definitely doing much better on this map so far here. Just going aggressive, not hesitating. Serenity on the other hand tried to go for some map control, passive play, just not wanting to move in first, and absolutely losing out on hit points and tanks for that reason. So it is a pretty good start here to Aqua. Best of 7, so Aqua only 2 wins away from winning the game, and judging by the previous games, I would have said Serenity was clearly probably the favorite of winning the whole tournament and just being quite a bit stronger than Aqua still, but Aqua is just proving me wrong here and just delivering some awesome show by really making sure that Serenity is suffering here on the first game. So Serenity probably going to be a bit sweaty now, and you will have to try a lot harder on the next game. We're switching map to Castilla, by the way. So that means that we are going to see some different lineups as well. Potentially some more campy gameplay or some C-YOLO push. That could also be the case. I think the Streetswagens with their mobility would be capable of that. One to 1B being taken here by KB, aka Daniel. T100 LT and Daniel just heading towards the seaside. SNTY will be spotting. The 1 to 1B is just probably going to the middle, as it seems. Over there we've got Aqua climbing the hill, overlooking the B cap, making sure that no one's just pushing into that immediately. So Aqua will have some shots, but right now not much is happening. SNTY just spotting passively in the river here, trying to see if there's going to be a push onto that C cap of the Serenity team. But it is not being the case. Ender here, together with KB, pressuring the B cap a little bit more aggressively right now. Nikolai just being right there to D cap, still being unspotted. He wants them to move in first because the enemies would potentially have a bush here, so he cannot peek out aggressively, but now he does. Not shooting just yet. Not connecting the shot. But over there we've got Winterlight and the Silver also lined up. Also having shots potentially, or having shot once already. Also Alpha now pressuring on the seaside here, putting out a shot for decapping base B, so it is secured. B is not getting capped here, but Aqua is going for a move here on top of the hill. Money is getting aggressive, Winterlight in focus, Zerd also getting aggressive here. KB had to drop down, Ender really lost a lot of hit points, has to get into the river, so he's out of the fight for the next minute or two, not going to be able to help anyone else either here, so it will be all about the side here. Winterlight has to drop down as well, and Ender is not paying attention. Money jumping down here, trying to get Winterlight, but just killing himself with that jump. That was not going too well, and Winterlight has another shot into Ender. It looks like Ender is absolutely trapped there. He cannot move out of this, so Winterlight will get a free kill here. Ender not getting the gun up anymore. just getting stuck here on the wall. Unfortunate death here for him. And it looks like Serenity has definitely turned this around here with some good crossfire. Over here we've got Alpha in a 1v1 against the 200 LT. But only 3 tanks left alive. 2 tanks right now. On site for Aqua. Epic crossfire by Serenity. Lots of different angles to cover the B cap. There goes the 200 LT. And only KB is left here in the back. Was not able to fight as he was also down in the river for quite a bit. And the rest of his team tried to push the hill here. Got shot down from lots of different angles. It did not look too good for the Serenity team for a moment. But it turned around in just a few seconds. So that Serenity was actually able to win this. I mean, they did have a lot of tanks set up for crossfire, while Aqua had 2 tanks in the middle in the B cap who were not in the best position to shoot. And also then having to just drop into the river in order to stay alive, which was just absolutely costing them their life. And also mainly costing their teammates their life, because if you are in the river, you cannot help anyone. Everyone else is above you, can just ignore you. And you are just really far away from the enemies. You really need a long time to get out of the river again. But they had no choice there. And also unfortunate for the 60p to get stuck, allowing Winterlight to just drop down there and still take him out while also taking out money. Winterlight was a one-shot at that point. Could still get 2 kills there. So that was clearly going to Serenity here. And we can still see one or the other Type 71 here. Although it is really not being played a lot anymore. For the BD cap here, it was still chosen as it is really hard to just get in the shots into the front of the Type 71. It does not necessarily have to side scrape. It is good at side scraping, but it's just bouncing a ton of shots and allows for some safer decapping there. So Serenity likes to go for it still every now and then, it seems, although it is mostly just not being played a lot anymore, as it is just too slow for the meta of Stridswagens and not having the hit points, DPM of an E5. So yeah, mostly it is not being taken just for very specific scenarios and positions. As we've also got a Super Conk here now this game. Super Conqueror heading into the corner. It's always a bit of a risk to take such specific tanks for certain positions that aren't just quite well suited for it and might be the best at the position of a strategy. But at the same time, they are not as good as another meta tank like an E5 or Stridswagen when it comes to relocating and pushing in elsewhere. But the S-Conk just currently does have a ton of hit points, does have a really tricky to penetrate armor, and it does have good DPM, IG penetration, not doing too much in the tournament meta here. But if the S-Conk has to rotate, it might just be bit slow there. Over here we're saying Concept 1B being taken for the river. We've seen that position in the past already. It's just perfectly hull down and can overlook base A there. And Serenity is kind of struggling right now. They are not really in trouble at all, but they are not really seeing any option either. With Aqua going for a ton of map control, having decaps on every base right now. Serenity just being a bit more passive and not having crossfire as good as the Aqua team. But they are just sitting here with the Stridswagens, unspotted potentially, waiting for the enemies to maybe go for a move on to A. And Alpha here just overcommitting a little bit. The Stridswagen just lacking the armor to get that aggressive. Orca also misplaying over there, losing almost half his hit points in one peak here. So that was not too great for him either. And Serenity currently down about 1.2k hit points here. And not really... Ooh, big shot into money. Good connection here by that Sheridan on top. I guess, yeah, it must have been a Sheridan. But it's not going to matter too much, if I'm honest. Ooh, and Serenity still losing hit points here. They have to stop bleeding here. Sheridan getting shot again with a blind shot off the Super Kong from the other side, or potentially Svinograd. Also, Serenity is trying some blind shots. Currently, it is kind of a stalemate. Lots of blind shots and just crossfire to every direction here. But Serenity has to be a bit more creative than that and have to think about what else they can do. Because what they are doing right now is not working out. Look at all the blind shots here into Orca, who was just getting the spots in on money, allowing the Sheridan to shoot from the other side. Yeah, they're just currently wasting their ammunition. Good that the ammo is not costing a lot. Not much happening here. What are the options? I mean, ooh, Svinograd getting spotted on the hill here. Taking and beating as well. So, Lights both have lost some hit points. Nikolai now going forwards. Going to spot a bit more aggressively here, but also offering a weak spot. But if he gets pushed onto, it would take Aqua quite a time. And Serenity could counter push the other side. Nothing happening yet here. Maybe B would soon be an option for one of the lights. As Ender now goes aggressive on a Type 71. Got punished by Winchlight from the back over here. Maybe B for one of the lights here. I mean, I'm certainly having more information than players do, but at this point they should know of all the positions. The 60p can still decap base B, so it is a bit risky. It would just probably not be worth it. If he gets a shot in and someone else, then the light might die here. If it was a Sheridan push in. 2 minutes left on the clock here. I don't think Svinograd would have shots. The 60TP would be a bit slow. Maybe just thinking about it. Just getting into the left side to decap here. Serenity was set up for decapping a lot better than Aqua is right now. Because the E5s are just not on the outer side here. We're seeing some movement here. Old school getting a bit more aggressive. Pressuring the hill. Silver taking another shot. Streetswagen surprisingly still unspotted, not moving at all here. Just look at them. They are basically AFK. So over here, Aqua is getting more aggressive. So maybe quite soon the Streetswagens will just pull off their reactive, not their reactive arm, the speed boost, and just push down onto A. Now A getting capped. Are we going to see the reaction here? Streetswagens now pushing out. But they cannot kill that E5 too easily here. 1 minute left. It is going to be quite close here on a damage dealt. And it will be very close there, but nothing's happening yet. They don't have many options here. There's so many tanks on the A side that Serenity cannot push forward. C got capped on the other side. I totally missed that. Orca getting that C cap. Cap advantage to Serenity. In 40 seconds left only. Aqua has to go in, has to get some kills, has to get the A cap. They cannot get the C cap anymore. But still they can take some kills here and win on points just by getting 2 kills right now. But it will be tricky. Day is about to go down here. Lego still shielding him. A getting capped. No, A just not getting capped. It will be all about the kills. Ghosty trying HE failing with that shot. But there is the kill shot here. But also Ghosty got killed here. So the hit point or cap point advantage is still on side of Serenity without any doubt. And the 60p moving into Lego. 2 seconds left. Kill shot here of Svinograd. And I think we had a win of Serenity still. I was just still seeing 2 kills there, 1 on either side. I believe Serenity won. On points. Yep, they did. Oh, man. Yeah, it was a pretty close game still. Oh, well, that was quite chaotic. It was just not much happening, but still there was so much tension. It was not just boring, was still interesting to see. And there were really not a lot of options with the lineup of Aqua. They're just being spread out so much, just having such a huge map control. Serenity was more lined up for a bait strat. Try to go for an A strategy here. Just overlooking base B and C a little bit, but Aqua was just not willing to go for a move at all. Took a 7-minute game here. Alright. We did it, yeah, 2v2, 2-2 now, and that means both teams being even on the points again, so we are starting from scratch again. Serenity just coming back from a 2-point disadvantage. Either team would still need 2 more wins in order to take home this win. Burning Pickle asking, why is BPS not participating? Well, they just went to lots of different clans after the last season. Mostly, you know, in the tournament scene that we're having here, people are just going from one clan to another. Mostly just sticking to one team for 1 or 2 seasons. Although it is often the case that the people we're seeing on the teams here are just known to have played on many teams together already. Serenity going for 1-1 B again. YOLOing base D with a double 1-1 B, T100 and an S2B. Very light lineup here. On the other side, we're having that new WZ light tank, which I'm really no friend of, and a Leo, also 200 LT. So pretty light lineup on either side here. Looks like a cap advantage to the Aqua team. They have capped base B. They also got base A with a triple cap. While over here, we're having Serenity still struggling to get a C cap. They got D capped here. Currently, Tacos is unspotted. Might still get shot here. The blind shots all missing. He's still getting away with a C cap. But it's going to be tricky now. There is a ton of DPM now. Just committed to the A corner. Covering that B cap. So it might be quite tricky here for Serenity to push in. They're also having about 1k hit points less from the start on. Just playing with a really light lineup. Yeah, so it's going to be a problem for them to push in. It is really not the typical meta that we have seen so far, the 1-1 Bs. They are being played every now and then since they received the reactive armor. And just, yeah, if they get focused and are pulling off the reactive armor, it increases their hit points to that of a heavy tank. Just think of it like this, 20% less damage taken for 20 seconds. So that effectively means 20% more hit points for the medium tank, raising the 1 or the 2k hit points that the 1-1 B has, 1.9k, to about 2.4k then. Currently a lot of blind shots again, just like on the last game. These teams are just kind of afraid of each other, it seems. They really don't want to just do any mistakes here. Not a lot of aggression going on, both just trying their best at playing a safe game. But we're seeing some movement here already. Streetswagens again, Days and Lego. Like on the last game, the double pack just readying up in spawn, trying to pressure, or not really pressuring just yet, just waiting it out a little bit, getting ready for a push onto the B cup. Because that's what Serenity will have to do eventually. They will have to stop that B cap and also kill some tanks in the best case. Because just pushing into B means you're losing a lot of hit points and you're not going to survive this. Team's just waiting right now. Aqua just has spotted the push here of Serenity. It will be the Type 71 getting into the B cap. The 1-to-1 Bs pushing into the middle, not having any opponent here against them. So they are just not going to be able to push out anyone. Not going to be able to farm a lot. But E5 over here is getting focused down. As there are also the T100 and STP over there putting in some crossfire. Taco's lost a lot of hit points, attempting to stop that B cap. It will still require a bit more than just him dropping into the B cap. Now comes the push here. The Streetswagens YOLOing in, going for the E5 over there, it seems. Taking the high ground here again. It will be super tricky still. Serenity needs a kill. They also stop the B cap right now. They are not having the cap point advantage just yet. Orca is going to go down. That's a point win to the Aqua team. Just not enough here. Well, for the Serenity to push in like that. Zerd getting attacked for dealing 0 damage. Alright, we can clearly see those two teams here. They are just... I mean, both of them are top level teams and they really don't want to mess up at this point. Because it can be super important. Just a few points only on the scoreboard. And then in the end, might decide over the outcome then. Or over who gets into the top 4 and who doesn't. So it will be super, super important for both of these teams to win now. Although it is just not the finals just yet. Just seeing that was a message. Okay, yeah. Now I answered. I do see the chat immediately. I just can only answer 3 minutes later. Well, oh, I just played my own stream. Just wanted to check if everything's running fine here. I don't know if the YouTube stream is also running right now. Okay, we are having the next game already. Potentially the last one. If Aqua is able to win this one, then they are done. Aqua just playing some T100 LTs again. Double pack this time. Triple T125. Double Streetswagen. Bit more hit points on this game. 16.5k. As they are not playing that many lights and mediums. Serenity, on the other hand, just sending an I7 aggressively over the bridge in order to decap by C. He's taking 559 damage already by the T100 LT. And has to drop down there, but it won't be too bad for him. Serenity with a cap lead, taking that second base already, as Aqua is still nowhere close to any base yet. Nikolai aggressively in the enemy spawn here, delivering some information, not quite connecting his shot though. Aqua just committed everything to the shootout here off the other side, which just gave them a bit more of a hit point advantage already, although it just is not really worth the amount of caps that they are behind now, I guess, in the end. Of course, Aqua does have 1k hit points more right now. But they are far behind on the caps, and you could see how difficult it is on this map to get some kills here on this game, on this map. But Aqua just not waiting for too long on this one, and they're already getting aggressive, being spotted here. Not too much hesitation here by Aqua, immediately pressuring, not going for the B cap though. Potentially now going for Nikolai and Da Silva, who are the only weak spots basically on side of Serenity. And we can see how Aqua is just creating some crossfire here onto those guys. But they are still relatively safe though, because there is no one to their back. So they can just hide in place and do have the whole team behind. And Aqua is struggling to push forwards. They traded equally though, did not lose any more hit points than they dealt in damage. But Aqua getting into some really aggressive positions, and it is some really uncommon stalemate with that kind of positioning. But over there we can see the Type 71 played by Da Silva losing some more hit points. So that will be the weak spot for the Aqua team to push on to now, definitely. But everyone else is still ready in the back here to put in a crossfire. Light just getting tagged there, losing half of his hit points. The T100 here just on the red line, putting in the crossfire into that A cap, perma spotting Alpha now. Where's the move on to B? They're still waiting a little bit, seemingly thinking that they are in positions good enough to out-trade their opponents. So Aqua is not really moving in just yet. Silence. Can we see a move here? Can we see a move now? Ender is YOLOing in here, reactive armor pulled off. Now comes the push onto Nikolai and Da Silva. Da Silva taking the first shot, old school here, coming from the side as well. Stopping that B cap. Kill for Aqua. Cap advantage. Not yet. Not yet. But the 121B over there also struggling against the 225. He was also low on hit points. Now 1.1k hit points lost. But Aqua has also stopped that A cap over there. Going to push out Alpha quite successfully. Not losing out just yet. But still, Serenity does have the cap lead. But they're going to lose it. They are going to lose it, as currently all 4 caps are on side of Aqua. Next kill, close to 1k point, 999. 1000 points for Aqua. And look at that well-timed push here. Just that moment of not doing anything and suddenly striking hard with everything they had. Oh my goodness. Aqua doing good here. And Serenity just not being able to punish those enemies here. They tried, but they were just not getting in that crossfire. Not being able to keep their hit points and punish the enemies before they were killing them. Jeez, that was our first game. Well, that was a win to Aqua. Okay. 1 second. Let me just put a background right there. Whoa. GG's, yeah. That was intense. Damn, what a campy playstyle. I want to see some more action again, but of course we had Castilla and Kennel. Both of those are very campy maps. Lots of mediums. And lots of problems for Serenity. I'm really still surprised in how Serenity failed their push onto Aqua on the first game, and then the second game. Serenity just had a much bigger advantage on the cap points, and Aqua just did far better at getting all the points, all the caps, and the kills at the same time. That was just absolutely top level gameplay here. I mean, they get kills and caps. Just think of it, they committed tanks to the bases and still managed to kill all the enemies there. Only one tank was left alive in the end. And that was a heavy tank in the middle of the map. So that would have definitely died also without Aqua losing any more tanks. Okay. Let me just have a look at the chart here. So let's go. Tournaments. Blitz Masters Winter. That's where we are. Wait, I will have to go for results. Yep. March 10. So, okay. API won against Pink 4-1. The size of ruin there. Reaper also won 4-0. Rejects won 4-0. Top quality team also. Winning pretty well here. Aqua versus Serenity. That was really intense and a long game. When's the next one starting? Raid lost 1-4 to Aqua. Alright. And quick bet but. Okay. So, next game starting in 20 minutes. And we will see Serenity versus Quick, who have already delivered some good show previously as well. Let me see the current results here. So we're having API first, rejects. Yeah, only API has won everything so far. Rejects Pink, Reaper, Happy, all on the same position here. Interestingly. Can I be correct? I mean, nah. Something. I think I'm just. We're having groups. We're having two groups. Okay. So Aqua, top quality and leading over here. That's interesting to see because top quality team was just winning the top 16 last season. And rejects did not even make it that far. Well, let me just have a quick look here again. Each team plays against each team within a group. A victory in the round brings the team 3 points. A loss in the round brings the team 0 points. 2 battles are held on the same map. Blah, blah, blah. And top 2 teams from each group advance to the next stage. Yeah, so it's, yeah. We're still having one more day of the round robin, I think. So we're having 3 of a total of 6 matches, I believe. A total of 7 matches. So we're done with 3 of 7 matches. So a lot can still happen there. And the positions might change a lot. The top 2 of each group will then get into the top 4 tournament, which is like the main tournament where the people play for the money here, for the $7,500 per team for the first one. And currently API rejects. And Pink, well, Europa also having the same points, you know. No, wait. Wins 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. So if there are teams with the same amount of points like those 3 do here, then it will be all about like who bets whom in a fight there. If rejects one against Pink and they're both at the same points, then rejects will be on top. But yeah, it is still quite early, so we still have to see how it's going to turn out here. Alright, I will just get my iPad and play a few games though. We're still having 15 minutes. So yeah. Okay, 1 second. I just needed some more water quickly. Okay, iPad game. Okay. There we are. Go Loka. Yeah, I think Loka is not getting too far this tournament. A full heavy lineup for us. Effie, please don't YOLO alone. No, do you see the team? No. Yeah, don't insist on it. No one's coming to help you. not make any sense for me to go there. If the whole team is on the other side. But I might just consider relocating. Oh, I7, what are you doing? I don't get the size 7, nor the RP4 or 5. Good job. Yeah, I'm just going to wait until my E3 is just spotting the enemy mediums, and I might just push back. Ah. Okay. Why is it taking so long to shoot me? Interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to chase a T-54, no idea where he went. Whoop. Okay. Nice shot, dude. Alright. I think he's even on the inside, right? Or is he running into E75 now? Yeah. No? No! Ah, I was just about to shoot. Alright. 98, 99 games. Yeah, that is not only from today. It's today's and yesterday's session. I did not bother to reset the stat tracker here. I think, yeah, yesterday's stream. Yeah, lots of mediums here on the field. I'm just going to be relatively careful for now. Oof. Must have been, wait, 263 or the WT Ritter. Some weird stuff is going on here. But decent start for me. Oof, nice one. PTI camping. Now he's going to spot for me, that's nice. I think I will go for the WT. Ooh. Oh, yeah, PTI gone. Can I just YOLO this T62? Oh, wait, he's at the beach. Come on, really? just going to kill this side here and avoid a 113, which I would never be able to kill alone. Kind of feels like bot matchmaking, to be honest. It's kind of weird here. And everyone's so slow. Nah. Oh, really? Would have loved to get the WT actually. Oh. Ah. 3. Ah. Okay, what did the 263 do now? Is he just dying in a corner or is he going to come at me? What? Laughs? Let's wait for my teammates to move in. Okay. You almost got me, so. Ah, well. 6k, nice. I think I can just go for one more game and the next games are starting. Oh well, one medium against me only. It's TVP though, can be dangerous. But I can just hash him away. So I guess I'll just get into the corner aggressively. Even if not the whole team is following, it will be fine. Cannot YOLO though. Enemies have a ton of TDs. Ah! 4 points. Better than a bounce. Looks like he's running. Okay. I still did not want to just push in immediately because of the TDs. Man, the TVP is still here. No! Oh man. Okay, who can I go for? I think no, both are down there, so it's too risky to push into the back there. Let's help with the STI first. Hmm. Sadly, my team is not really too helpful, but it will be fine. This might be a bit of a problem to push in here because of the TDs. Yep, that's what I mean. Okay. No, never mind, I'm fine. Wait, did he just empty his third shot? I think so. Ah! Oh, he's just reloading a clip. Okay. I just had to wait for the Jack to get spotted before pushing in. Otherwise, I mean, I could have pushed the E100 from the left side. Okay, let's quickly jump over. Start the game on PC again. Ah, okay, it is Serenity versus Raid. Why was it Quick before? Ah, alright. I'm not complaining. But it showed Quick, I'm pretty sure of that. So yeah, this is where we are. Raid versus Serenity on Faust. The map that we've just seen here. On my game as well. Let me just change something real quick. About the score there. That's still bothering me a little bit. Oh. Okay. Much better now. And I will just copy this. Put it down there. And on this one, I can cut off the top and make it a bit larger so you can see it. Yeah, that's better. Otherwise, you don't know what's going on. Much better. All right. Good, we've got Raid versus Serenity now. And we are seeing Faust, which I just played here in random battles On tournaments, it's looking a lot different to that. We are seeing some heavy power of raid. Only heavy tanks here on the field for them. Lots of, well, okay, quite a versatile or different tanks on lineup here. Double 60p, one F-21-5B, Streetswagen, 113, an IS-4 and another IS-4 is what raid is starting with. On side of Serenity, we are having a more typical Serenity lineup with double E5, double 60p, triple Streetswagen here. I don't think that Serenity is even changing their lineups. They're just sticking to the same thing. A few changes we could see every now and then. But I think it can also greatly help with the preparations of the tournament and the teamwork training. If a team is just playing a more consistent lineup and adjusting to different maps for that, often that is also what is just proven to be best, to just find out what is the meta and not what is the best position for every tank. Because whenever it comes to the pushes, yeah, then it is just more about having the best tank to push with and not the best tank to hold with. Messi getting quite aggressive here, pushing into that corner. Having a lot of spots already, did not take any damage. But Serenity is just not worrying about that and just getting aggressive as well here. Days now also countering Messi, but Nikolite suffering quite a lot already. With Messi having a few free shots here with a DPM of the Streetswagen. Timo also being able to put out a shot from above here. Nikolite are not in the best position here, has lost a lot of hit points already. Meanwhile, Winterlight is in that C-cap here quite aggressively, trying to stop the base, but finding Nietzsche right in front of him. But it is currently not looking too nice here for the Serenity team. They have lost a ton of hit points already. They are down 3,000 hit points already, although the game just started basically. The push of Nikolite and Winterlight just being very daring. Although they are safe for now. There's still some shots going in potentially. They're still at risk, but they are also spotting the entire raid team. They are being covered from behind. They have to be careful about not getting shot from above, as we've seen quite a few times already. And Winterlight taking a second shot from Naro here. Nikolite already did this mistake. And Serenity cannot afford to lose hit points like that, as they are not in position to counter push just yet. There you can see Nietzsche dropping down, Invisity dropping down here, going to push onto Nikolite and Winterlight. They are getting punished for that. Invisity losing 1.1k hit points and not connecting his shot. Nietzsche now getting his shot in. Nikolite just immediately pressuring, putting a shot in as well. 295 only though, but Nikolite now also taking a big one here. Ammo racked as well, but also putting out one, just as Winterlight was. As Invisity actually gets killed here from the side by the Silver. And Serenity pushing in on this side. Winterlight just got killed. Nikolite still down to 60 hit points and the number rack. So it is not looking like Serenity was having any kind of tank advantage here. They're currently 2v3 on this side. But the 60p not quite having the DPM, trying to get Lego there. Now bouncing his shot. Dummy just shooting Days for a big one. And Lego and the Days are just trying to push around. They're trying to get behind now, but failing to do so. Dummy still low on hit points, still alive. Spitfires pushing in here, attempting to kill Messi. 3 versus 4 right now. But Spitfires down to 1 shot. Probably not able to get Dummy out of the fight anymore. Nope, he is going down as well. Dummy also getting killed here from behind by Orca. But the 60 TP is not having a lot of DPM. SNTY just taking out Nikolite. Orca still trying to push out Naro into the silver, failing to do so though. And it looks like Naro will probably have the next shot. Naro gets the kill shot in. Super important here. Meaning that the silver is now a 1-shot against 2. Not going to have any chance anymore. Being taken out by the 113 here. It's still got to be super close here. Serenity just pushing in at the right time. But yeah, having lost so many hit points for their early move, which was just not really working out here. And that was maybe not the plan here. Maybe they were just poorly coordinated here. Just leaving Messi alive for too long. Or I don't know what was going on there. Messi was farming hard from the side as Serenity pushed forwards there. And it just cost way too many hit points. I mean, the strat is kind of... It can work out. There is a point to it. It is just spotting the whole enemy team. You are able to just stop the cap, and if the enemies are trying to get you, as you're just hugging the wall there, the enemies might just lose a lot of hit points because the whole team is behind and farming. It is not a new strat. We've seen that one way back already in the Progetto meta, played by 7 stars. They sent a batshit there. That was working out a lot better. The E5 is losing a ton of hit points for this move. And maybe, just maybe, there would have been a safer way of getting into that position to the side of the wall, or maybe the plan was a whole different one. And Serenity had to adjust there. I cannot tell what amount of spots they had at the start when they decided to go for the move and what was still missing. So maybe they did not expect the whole raid team to be there, but Messi was definitely spotted. And still, Serenity took a lot of shots for staying in front of him. But let's not worry about that and get into the next game here. Same map again. And we are seeing a raid going for the heavy side immediately straight away again. Serenity, on the other hand, doing just the same thing of going for the heavy side with everyone. But they also have Winchlight and Spitfires right behind B. They are uncontested there to get into that B cap. Still, it is right with the cap lead, as they took base D while Serenity did not bother to go for base C at all, just focusing on the positioning instead of the caps. But they are getting base B. Nope, they are not playing for the caps at all. They're sending Winchlight and Spitfires into the back of raid once more, just as they have done already. But this time, they're doing it in a much safer way. Both teams losing some hit points here, as we can see. But it is looking a lot better here. Timo just jumping down there, but not landing on this side, but rather the back, losing a ton of hit points for that. 460 hit points lost for nothing. But now it is Raid pressuring Serenity and taking out Spitfires already. Quick kill here for Raid. Gun advantage for Raid. Winchlight also low on hit points. The Silver also. As Raid is pushing forward. So Matthew is about to get killed. Winchlight just got taken out. But there's the first kill for Serenity here. As they are moving forwards onto the 113 here on the side. Who's now one shot but getting shielded by Dummy. And Daze also being one shot right in the middle of all the enemies here. The 113 got taken out. Daze in Faizak not being able to bounce a shot off. But Till also down now. Lego might have him with a ram kill, not going for it. It is Alpha from behind to take him out. And it is 3v3 right now. Raid though having a lot more hit points right now. 4.9k hit points versus the 3.5k that Serenity has, but now pushing into the middle here, getting crossfired by Alpha still. Another shot into him. And Lego might have the kill, gets the kill in. Awesome shot here by Lego. And also Domi is just still getting shot by Alpha from the side here in that Streetswagen with that DPM. Lego now in a 1v1 against low DPM tank. And also Domi just fluffing the shot into Lego. Alpha just jumping in to help out here. Putting in another shot into Domi, who is about to be reloaded. Might get the kill of Alpha. No, Alpha is just hiding for now. 1k damage into Lego still. 3v1 suddenly. It is Nietzsche still alive. Last man standing in a pretty healthy IS-4 against a lot of low hit point tanks. He does have more hit points actually than the entire team of Serenity, but still he is alone against 3 tanks right now. The only one with hit points is Alpha in the Streetswagen. And Nietzsche just has to get some kills. Not connecting his shots. That would have been huge. If he got the cupola shot into the 60 TP, he would have definitely won, or would have had a much better chance here of winning the game still. Taking a shot off the E5 and getting taken out by Alpha here. Well, Serenity again just trying the same strategy, not working out for them here. Oh, look at how much Alpha farmed there. 6k damage in the Streetswagen. A pretty strong position. Messi went for the same position but got focused out quite badly at the start. But it did not allow Serenity. Well, it was actually Serenity winning the game here. Sorry guys, I was just having a a dead moment. Well, it was Serenity winning with Alpha carrying. Alright. But it was still super close. They did not have the hit points, it just did much better at keeping their tanks alive in the end. For the majority of the game though, it did not look like Serenity was able to carry this. So it could have really gone horribly wrong for them here. Especially as they lost the first tank quite early. The second one as well. While just getting that first kill there. And Raid seemed to play the more solid gameplay here. But okay. Next game will be Alpenstadt then, with the Serenity team just going for the same lineup, but now also a T100 LT for some extra mobility and spotting capabilities, while Raid is also taking a T100, taking some IS-4 power, FE215B, 60 TP as well. And we are seeing Serenity heading out towards the A side, Raid heading towards the city side here. It's quite common on this map, as the A side can just quickly be taken here from the north spawn. Windchillite already in the cap. Streetswagen in the back trying a decapping shot, failing to connect. We might see S1K just dropping into that B cap at the start. He's not really wanting to commit to it though. Although C is only now being taken by Messi. Also him got blind shot. But it was just not a connection now. The Silver now in a position to defend base B. So maybe there was a chance of just going for B right at the start, but it is always a big risk here. The double 60 piece, of course, being very dangerous right in front there. So yeah, we're more on a conservative strategy here, which we've seen being played plenty of times already. Right, just getting into the middle, defending base B with some nice force, going for a quick cap of base C, while having the rest of the tanks ready to just repush base A and trying to put in some crossfire. Winterlight has tried to just spot in the bush here a little bit, but decided to get back instead, as he did not want to get blind shot and did not want to get pushed out. As it can be expected that Raid will be going for the A push sooner or later, as they are having the cap deficit right now, and it is the most common way to just push into that corner with the Streetswagens, then some other tank into that A cap, just so you're securing the map control there. Winterlight just being well aware of that, having played the strategy potentially thousands of times already. So far, not a lot of stuff is happening. We might see Serenity just repushing base C then, as soon as Raid is going for the A push. Streetswagens offering great mobility will certainly be able to do so. Still not a lot of movement going on here. Now there is some rotation here. Winterlight rotating without even having the spots. Nietzsche and Timo on their Streetswagens getting aggressive, being spotted by the Silver. The Silver falling back here, getting into safer position, and Lego deciding to go aggressive in the corner to take a holding position here. Winterlight still decided to just ride it out a little bit. He is just sitting there for a moment, but not much is happening. The push off right is just not coming, so Winterlight is deciding to just rotate to the other side, finding Messi here. Together with Alpha, they might be able to just kill this LT quite quickly. Messi getting way too aggressive in the back, bouncing a shot off his ass though from Alpha, who is also getting tagged from the side by Dummy now, but the LT will be way more important to push out here. So Alpha is just still continuing his move, getting in another shot potentially. Not quite, but he's still able to capture base C for free now, as Raid is still nowhere close to the A cap. Still needs a while to get into that A base, will not get a cap advantage anymore, so they might have to repush base C. And it will be the question whether Alpha is covered well enough to go for this move, or if he is just getting YOLO'd here by Raid. Big shot into S1K by Orca. 650 damage. Nietzsche and Timon just pushing on to Lego now. Having a 2v1 here with a Streetswagen DPM, but Nietzsche got tracked on the rails and is being taken out. Lego just sneakily jumping over the hill and getting to the other side, being safe and out of the fight again. Although Naro is there to just YOLO into Lego still, trying to have shots, but also Naro is in the middle of 3 tanks right now, being tracked and just getting obliterated here. And it is a win to Serenity on points at this point already. Well played. Right, just playing a bit too slow here on the relocation, and Serenity just making great use of the map control that they gained. Managed to push out a Messi, which was also quite huge. He got killed still in the end, it seems. Although I think, yeah, if Messi was maybe able to help on the other side, still it could have been quite helpful for Raid, but they were just a bit too slow on the relocation towards the A cap. Did not get to stop the A cap, did not really have enough tanks there to make sure they were just gaining the map control and advantage on the left side for their team here, while Serenity was just comfortably holding there and just killing the 2 tanks pushing in with a good truck shot, of course, as well, but still they did not have a huge deficit on tanks and were just getting 1 kill after another. So that was the second win to Serenity. Raid now at a bit of a disadvantage. Will have to try harder than that. And it will have to supply once more on Alpenstadt. So Right might just do some very similar strategy to Serenity here, I guess. With the AMX M4 going for the decap of base B and some Streetwagen soloing into the A corner. Maybe the IS-4 will capture the base. But this kind of lineup can of course also go to the other side. But this is what I would expect. Pretty basic strategy here of Right on this game. As they are not experimenting too much and Alpenstadt has some well-established strategies here. Basically what we've just seen on the last game already. Yeah, we can see AMX M4 going hull down over here. Narrow will take the next ramp here to overlook base B. And also they can potentially get some shots into anyone. Over here, Messi getting a bit more aggressive as he could not spot Winterlight and wants a shot. If Winterlight is pushing out of the C cap, Winterlight just almost moving too early. He took a big shot, but he will be able to run away. Now Messi getting aggressive here. Good move by Messi to just immediately pressure the T100, not allowing him to get away unspotted. And also Till is now jumping in. There is a potential option for Right to immediately push base C, although it is quite risky as they're quite split. And over there we're also seeing Right getting aggressive on the far other side here with the Streetwagens onto the T110 E5s. We can now see the duel here of DPM versus reactive armor. What's going to win here? So far it looks like the Streetwagens were having the advantage. The silver low on hit points though. And it is also S1 Kai pushing into the back now, with Domi also coming to help out. The T110 is going to struggle there, as also over here Nick Winterlight was just attempting to run away, lost all his hit points, still being alive as a one-shot, still putting a shot into Nietzsche from the side. Sneaky move here, daring move to go for it, still as a one-shot. And Serenity is counter-pushing the C side, as it seems. They are having a 4 versus 3 on this side, but losing the other flank. They are down a tank, down a second tank now with the second E5 getting killed. Winterlight on 17 hit points, only out of the fight, but still behind Messi now. Still having shots into the back, not having another one as he's getting killed by Dummy from over there. So 4 versus 6 right now. First kill for Serenity, but also Nietzsche down to one shot, but he's far right, and it will be almost impossible to get him. Alpha crossing over, losing a lot of hit points. Serenity just down 2k hit points right now and losing even more than that. But they're having some tanks to focus out right now. Finding Till isolated in front, but also Alpha getting crossfire from lots of different angles, being set on fire as well. And down to a one shot he is by that. And Serenity just does not have the hit points anymore. Right moving in. Right having the tanks available, still having the hit points as well, killing Alpha over there, and will be able to cover with some good crossfire. No way of winning this game anymore for Serenity. Great move here at the start by Right, I've got to say, especially Messi with this move onto the T100 LT. Just making sure that he would not be able to run away, and just putting an immense pressure onto the Serenity team, despite just not having a lot of information just yet. And Right also went aggressive on the other side, so it was of course a bit of a risk here, but Messi still survived on 3k hit points or 3k damage. Did really well here after all. And Serenity was just not having a good time, especially Winterlight. He was probably not happy with this game. His move being countered perfectly. So it is 2-2 right now. Again, we've had that today already. Serenity just not having an easy time here. And they will have to try harder. Now it is getting to be a bit closer for them. But again, it is a best of 7, so they are having 2 more games at least. Maximum 3 though. And we're switching maps to Vineyards. Alright, going for some double TVP clipping power. Those tanks are not being played too often here in this tournament. They are very dangerous, but at the same time, they are not having the best DPM. But if they can find some enemy to clip out, they will be nasty. They will be really, really ugly to one or the other enemy. Especially with their perma tracking abilities. Serenity just going for what they are used to. So at least 2 more games though. Starting from scratch again as on a previous one of Serenity versus Aqua. TVP is YOLOing into the ruins. Somewhere around there, there will be then to crossfire the A cap potentially, or just have crossfire in general. Maybe they're still trying some AD cap. Could be the case that they're just proceeding to push into this position here. So being careful. A cap got taken by Serenity. Winterlight will run away. The TVP is just not having any reason to push forwards anymore. But over here we can see S1K getting aggressive in the middle of the map already. And Orca and Daze both got shot down quite a bit already. If we are just judging by map control, it is not looking too good for Serenity. They just all pushed back a little bit, but are now proceeding to go into the city area here with Spitfires flanking around, but he's currently spotted. The TVPs might be relocating. Yes, they are already relocating, and Spitfires is quite alone. So if the TVPs are finding an isolated enemy like Spitfires, it can really be painful, yeah. Dummy also getting quite aggressive over here with a 60p pressuring the A cap already. Da Silva being trapped there. Bouncing the shots though. But with Timo also coming in from the other side, it is not looking too good for him. There go the TVPs. Messi also joining them with the Streetswagen. So Spitfires going to really be in trouble here. The TVPs now being spotted. Having shots onto Spitfires, both bouncing the first one. Being able to connect the next shots of 1.2, almost 2k damage dealt here onto Spitfires. And that's what the TVPs are good at. Absolutely diminishing the hit points of Spitfires. So now Serenity has to go for a move on the other side, and they are deciding to push out Domi here. But he's also still quite well covered by Invisity and the AMX M4 and Messi on the Streetwagen with his DPM. It is not looking good for Serenity here. They are not having any option of pushing in. Winterlight now getting in some crossfire, but still being spotted. Cannot get too aggressive, but he is able to get behind the 60 piece. Bouncing a first shot though. 60 piece here in a lot of trouble, as Daze is also pushing in right behind, and Orca is just joining him, taking a big shot though, being down to a one shot. Domi attempting to run away, getting killed though, so it is a gun advantage to Serenity right now, as I lost Spitfires in the city. The TVP still over there, but also Orca got killed here. So guns being even right now, hit points neck and neck still. What about the positioning? Hard to tell right now. Winterlight getting pressured out. Daze getting focused here. Down to a one shot with S1K right in front of him. He might not survive this, but it is actually Alpha just pushing in from the other side, taking out S1K. But also him is a one shot. He is down on hit points, getting taken out by Naro from behind there. Also Days gets taken out. 3v4. And the right team still has their very dangerous TVPs here. And the silver being down to one shot as well. If there's any chance for Serenity still, they are not having a good one. They are still having hit points, but they are really struggling to get their guns into the fight here, with the only weak spots here for Raid still being quite healthy. That's Naur over here on the A cap, right in front of the silver, but he cannot do anything. The silver just has to watch as Naur is stealing that cap. Invisity over here also still quite healthy. Double cap for Raid now. Lego attempting a push into B, trying to kill Messi, failing to get the shot in, and also being tracked, being countered from the other side, from behind there. Well done by Raid here, really good use of the TVPs. Serenity just not being able to have any answer to the strategy of the Raid team on this game. Was kind of a desperate push here into the ruins by Serenity. It was not perfect, but it was the only option that they really had. So they tried their best at making it work, but it was just not quite working out. The other alternative to just counter these TVPs in the city, potentially just not going to work out, as Raid was already aggressive enough in the A area in order for them to just immediately drop into that A cap. And the TVPs would have certainly just run away here with their mobility advantage. Double TVPs really working wonders here for Raid, but they are not going for the TVPs again, as from the north spawn they cannot make use of the ruins as well as they did on the previous game already. So we are having a lot of Streetswagens here played by Raid on this game, which is rather uncommon, as they usually play a bit more for armored tanks, the AMX on Force, and not the kind of mobility tanks that Serenity chose so far. Serenity, on the other hand, not having any Streetswagens here really, only 2, and just having some more armor instead. With Type 71, double Type 71 actually. First time seeing that. And some E5s. Alright, Raid is just pushing towards base A with most of their tanks. On the other hand, we're having Serenity committing a bit more to the ruins. Winchellite getting the early cap advantage. Messi was just going for, no, not a first spot. He was expecting the Serenity team to just push in towards the A side, but was just completely unsuccessful so far. Did not get spots in, nor damage. Now he is a bit late to push out, taking a shot, but also being able to connect one into Lego. 60 TPs now in holding positions in the middle. The silver over there pressuring the city area, but not really in position to go for that C cap. And we're already having Raid in the ruins with double Streetswagen. Both of them have lost some hit points, but they are not really able to push forwards there anymore, as Days is ready to hold them up and put out some shots. He is in a pretty safe position with a well-armored tank. The Streetswagen's definitely going to struggle. But Raid is just continuing their push with a 60 TPs here through the middle, through the water, onto the Streetswagens. And Serenity has to think about whether they are wanting to hold at all or not trying to counter push the A area instead. I think Domi and Messi would be making up for some good weak spots to push onto here. Now the information is in. The Silver potentially going in here. Orca and Lego still waiting it out, but now they're also pushing. Yes, Right is progressing, proceeding their push here onto Dice, but they're not so it's too far yet. Just putting in their first shots here into him, having half the hit points deleted. But Serenity is not really moving yet. The Silver lost some hit points. Orca lost a ton of hit points here, as Daze got killed, and Serenity is not really reacting yet. They are still waiting it out, trying to hold here, and not going for anything really. Just getting deleted. Domi in the middle, still alive, not being counted at all. And Serenity just really not doing anything here on this game. They are just absolutely allowing Right to win the game, Right going for a good move here, shooting out one tank after another, and Serenity is just pushed back into their spawn here, not having any idea where to go anymore and not having any options really, because they're down on hit points. Domi can still not really get pushed here, as the Silver and Orca are down on hit points as well at this point. Lego and Alpha desperately trying to hold the hill there, but not really being able to do so. I mean, Winterlight is still behind them, putting in some crossfire. Yep. Right has also lost a lot of hit points. Is pushed back here. Right actually on a hit point deficit, but they're having all 7 tanks against 5. Winterlight now getting aggressive. This might actually still turn around the game here. Winterlight suddenly behind Right, who just lost a lot of hit points, and Winch can just farm down the Right team. It will be Invisity going down next. B got decapped or recapped here by Serenity. Over here we're having Domi now pushing into the Silver together with Messi and Naro. Orca just running away, getting a shot into the back of Naro, who's also getting killed now. Suddenly, Serenity has just done the impossible, turned the game around here. They were indeed able to bleed Right so much that they could just counter push them. 5 versus 7 here. And it is definitely going to Serenity now. There goes the last one. The last heavy on side of Right. Alpha now pushing in. About to kill Messi. Or it is actually Orca. Whew. Alright. I'm so surprised to see Serenity winning this one. It looked like they were just getting farmed down there and they were not really reacting. Well, they were losing tanks, but they were just... Well, yeah, okay, you can see how surprised I am. Now we're actually ending up on 0 damage here. And it was just interesting to see that Serenity was still able to win this. Of course, they had some good crossfire in the end there, as Winterlight was in the corner. White attempting to push forwards, but then having Winterlight to the side, it was really looking like Raid could just keep going and kill them. But of course, Serenity was having some good positions in the end, but Raid was having double caps then, as they decided to fall back instead. They gave up the map control for just relocating to the other side. Maybe it was a bit of a mistake at that point there that Raid decided to fall back. What I'm not getting at this point right now is just that there were 3 heavy tanks against 160 TP in the middle area. And I don't understand why Serenity did not just keep pushing for the 60 TP. It took him out. There was only the Sheridan to farm from behind, who was just not having the best DPM nor accuracy. So, alright. I was honestly surprised Serenity hesitating that much. That's not really what we are used to see from them. But potentially there was a good reason for it. I mean, they just lost too many hit points to move, really. That's the point. They could not really push into the 60 TP anymore, as they just all lost some hit points. I don't know, maybe I will just ask them later on, but I'm so convinced that they could have pushed the 60 TP actually. But alright, well done to them. Tiebreaker now. Both teams only needing one more win. Aqua going aggressive towards the middle, trying to spot up something, gets spot of Naro. He's spotting again, spotting S1K. Serenity just focusing onto the A side here. Winchellite just not hesitating to get into that A cap immediately. I don't think he will get decapped. Right, actually just speed boosting out of there. Nietzsche thought about decapping here, but is just being aware that suddenly everyone's coming. Nietzsche just potentially struggling a lot because of this 1 second of hesitation. Nope, he's still out of there. But Right just not having any positions anymore. But they might repush Serenity here in their own spawn, as Serenity just went super aggressive here, and Right now pushed back into a little corner here. Will have to do something. Serenity just still a little bit split up here and not really in position to help each other too well. If Right is counter pushing onto Daze and Winchellite, but Lego is right behind now. Daze already on half his hit points, down to a 1 shot, will be taken out quite soon. As the others of Serenity definitely have to do more here in order to farm down the Right team. That move might have been a bit too aggressive. It's still going to be interesting to see, as S1K is still alive over here. Orca still not shooting him actually, shooting the others over there. So it is actually Right with a 2-gun advantage right now. S1K though definitely going down. So far it is really not looking good here for Serenity. Messi back in the A cap, just deciding to capture the base. Serenity trying to move right here with their Streetswagen, who is the main focus of course. But he is still hull down again. Might have some good crossfire here. Gets a shot into Invisity. As the Silver is now in focus, but the Streetswagen right behind here with a DPM. And now here getting into the crossfire. Potentially just overcommitting to this push. Taking out the Silver, but losing almost half his hit points, or all his hit points. Down to 1 shot. There he goes. 4 versus 5 right now. 3 versus 5. 2 versus 5. But Domi also about to get killed here. Orca still alive in the back. Still taking out the kill. Invisity down to a 2 shot. Orca will have him. But Spitfire's getting killed over here. Serenity just overcommitting to this push here. Serenity just getting too aggressive at the start. And just throwing away the game here, as they were not too well coordinated. The Streetswagen still camping on A for quite a while the first E5s were already in the enemy spawn. Right easily counter pushing and taking out 2 guns without just losing any tank for that. Oh, Serenity, what were you doing here? I mean, the push kind of worked out actually initially, but then there were 2 Streetswagens who were just sitting it out in the back, not able to help the E5s at all, nor were they able to really kill that tank on B. And Serenity was just farming for a while, not really doing much. Oh man. I feel like it was really not Serenity's day, to be honest. What we've seen from them so far was just much better than today's games. I'm a little bit disappointed. Sorry guys, but that was weird what you have done there. Right, just really playing strong now. Let's just say it that way and just congratulate Raid here, because they really did well. They relocated nicely, they just pushed nicely, and I did not expect them to be on the level that they are right now. So right, just getting in some good and well-deserved wins here. Like they are, I think, back of the TVPs pushing into the city, putting out a clip, getting back. Oh, just, yeah, there was many situations where right already pushed nicely, safely, and just did things a lot better than Serenity did here. Serenity still won 3 or 4 games, but it was absolutely not enough, and it was really lost for a reason. It was not an unlucky defeat here. I think today they were just a little bit uncoordinated, and just, yeah, on pushes like this one, or on a previous game where they just set it out for such a long time. They still won it, but it was not like they were having the best answer ever immediately, which we can usually see from them. The Streetswagens being used to farm some damage or push in on some enemy. But today they were just getting bled. And yeah, just losing hit points over and over again. Not a lot of rotations and pushes going on. Well, Serenity was having a really tough time today, yeah. So let me just quickly jump over to the tournament website here. And I am going to have a look. So, API on a comfortable first place. Can I just make this a little bit bigger here for you guys? Yeah. Much better, right? Now you can even see that on a phone. Well, APA 4 wins out of 4 games, rejects 3 wins, Uepa 3 wins, Hapki 3 wins, Pink 2 wins, Unluck 1 win, Zenit and POC without any wins at all. That's a group number 1. And we were following group number 2 today with top quality on the first place. Well, good job, guys. Just get a recap there. They were the top 16 winner, so 9th place last season. And just getting up to first place of their group so far. 4 wins. I don't know whom they played so far. Aqua, 2nd. They lost 1. Ikra, just on the same place, the same amount of points. Raid, 2 wins. Serenity, 2 wins. So they are even right now. But Raid has won against Serenity. So they are ahead now. Crick, 1 win. Sphinx, 1 win. And Bad so far without any wins at all. Alright, let's get to the matches here. Okay, I will just zoom out a bit again. Otherwise I cannot see anything. So for today we're done. There are not going to be any tournaments today anymore, I'm pretty sure. Let's scroll down quickly. Yeah, next games are going to be tomorrow then, on March 11. I would love to see Pink still and APA, I've not seen them. So I will see if I can get any of those tomorrow. Well, what I wanted to see actually was something different. I wanted to see what kind of team's top quality team played. Top quality team won 4-3 against Aqua. Ui. That might be interesting to watch. I don't know if they got streamed. Who streamed them? Probably it got streamed. Rejects winning 4-0 to Ping. Yeah, it looks like Ping is still struggling a lot. You know, I was saying they are a very capable team. They are having the players of top level, but they still have to get used to the EU meta. It's a CIS team. They have been top 4 or higher on the Russian server. And they really have some strong players there, but they just have to find the harmony, find out how to play the meta here with the passive lineups that are just, yeah, the strategies over here are just sometimes a bit campy and just waiting for the enemies to make some mistakes, like we could see on the first games especially. Aqua going strong here, and what else can we see? Alright, was also losing against Aqua. Aqua won, or was a second place on last season. So, yeah, they are also quite capable, definitely. So far, APA definitely dominating. What other interesting results are there? Okay. Top quality team won against Aqua at least. Otherwise, they played rather the weaker teams here. Huh. But the win against Aqua is really surprising me. Alright. Let me have another look what kind of teams top quality team is facing still. Because I'm interested now. I mean, it's just a little bit of an underdog in the top stage here. And among the top teams. Tomorrow they're going to face Raid. That will be interesting. They definitely have a chance there. And also they're going to face Ikra. So yeah, that's not going to be an easy day for top quality team tomorrow. Might just change the leaderboard quite a bit. Also then Serenity. And I missed the other game. Oh no, it's only 7 fixes. Oh, we're done with 4 of 7. So yeah, it's going to be tough for some teams. I mean, Pink is 1 point behind only, but they need 2 more wins at least, while the others can only get 1. So there are only 3 matches left. That will be quite close here, with Pink getting into the top 4 still. They would need to get into the first 2 of their group. I think they can still do it against Hapki, Yoipa, Rejects. And on the other group, actually, top quality team is done here. I think they can still potentially drop out here, but it will be quite hard for them to drop out. Aqua also being very close here, but Serenity has to try quite hard now. Well, okay. I'm getting freaking hungry right now. Did not have dinner yet. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm a bit out of energy now. Was a pleasure to stream for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you back tomorrow then. And on my other streams as well. So if you're just watching on YouTube still, then make sure to also have a look at the description, because all my usual streams are on Twitch only, and there I'm just sharing some relaxed random gameplay sessions of a good level, mostly. Farming some damage. having some exciting games. Yeah, and on YouTube, of course, there will be some more videos still. But currently my main platform is Twitch. So have a good night, everyone. I'll really need dinner now. Thanks for watching. I will see you back then on tomorrow's tournament stream again. Good night.